never really right time obtuse. Getting in the fight, I might lose. Never really had the bout nice boobs. Hoping I'll keep up 9 soon. Picking up the mic to spike my views. Keep it kinda like haikus. I'ma take the night to write my news. What's the height I wanna strike my noose? We're never really gonna understand this, why I gotta write a symphony. I'm just making use of what I know, so I'm guessing I prefer to do it rhythmically. But I never really seem to get it right. The imperfectionist is just a kid in me. Yeah, I struggle as an artist, I'm the face of definition, woo, the epitome. And I've always had a problem hating on myself, stacking up my wealth to put it on a shelf and throw it down a well. And maybe I rebel to feed it to the devil, never would repel people that I seek to meet in evil hells. Reaching like a leash, I seek it to excel. A cheeky freak that isn't Greek up in the shell, but my mystique is just unique enough to sell. I'm a lyricist, not a rapper, broken so we're not immune.
All right, Wolf Talk Podcast is here with Wayne B. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm doing phenomenal. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Sitting in your car, I see. You doing some
Yeah,
work?
yeah. I mean, I'm just doing a little writing. Yeah, I just caught a little inspiration and then hopped on here. Pardon me.
I love your skylight.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's this is a new car. I've never had a skylight before. I'm still getting used to it.
It's takes the whole car.
Yeah, I love it. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing good. I have a long show later.
Oh,
It's for the event out in Missouri.
okay,
Yeah, in May. Sonia wanted me to do like a show, have everybody pop on. So
okay.
it's gonna be like a 5 hour stream. So
Oof.
that,
Uh,
that's what's coming up next.
okay. So yeah, you got a long one coming up.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of nobody sitting in front of the screen because obviously I'm gonna wait for people to pop in.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an artist out of St. Louis, Missouri. I've been making music for about 4 years. Uh, just finally getting some traction, getting my feet on the ground, and getting going. I've opened up for Chris Calico, Mayday, Unconventional Kings this past year, so definitely made some progress, and only getting bigger and better every year.
Well, that's what you got to do, right? Make each year better.
Yeah, you got to.
So, what inspired you to get into music?
Um, I've always, ever since I was a kid, been theatrically inclined, musically inclined. But what finally got me to the point of making my own music was there was actually a situation with an ex-girlfriend of mine, and it involved her baby daddy and her kids. I'm not going to get into that like 100%, but um, it got me a little upset, and I just took everything out that I was feeling and I wrote it down, found a beat, and it worked. So I I did the most janky recording. I had two phones at the time, hooked one up to the car speakers, hooked recorded a voice memo on the other phone, and had my pen and pad sitting on the steering wheel. Wrapped this whole verse, sent it to a friend of mine named M West, Underground Society,
Mhm.
and he dug it. And one thing led to another. He invited me to his studio, and I just never left. I
Well,
just kept going back, kept writing, kept making more music.
that's the way you got to do it. I mean, once somebody reaches out, you definitely got to keep driving.
Yes, yes, ma'am, 100%. And I'm just very thankful to him that he believed in me, believed in my talent to take me under his wing and teach me everything that he can teach me.
Right.
Pardon me.
So, what would you say your biggest influences are?
I'm more influenced by the underground. Tech Nine is definitely one of my biggest inspirations. Tech Nine, King ISO, Hobson, Ritz, but I also like a lot of Twista, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Eminem for lyricism, Busta Rhymes, like definitely a lot of the faster rappers.
I definitely have a lyricist that's local to me that I need
Hmm.
to send your way. I think
Okay,
maybe you and him could maybe collab.
definitely. I'm always down to work.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He actually performed at my first event this this summer, this past summer.
Okay.
Um, the upcoming summer is going to be a lot better than last year. You know how it goes. You put your
Oh
first
yeah.
you put your first show on, it's a flop. It always happens that way.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere. Um,
But
I've seen. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've obviously, since I took the leap into the business of music and putting the festivals on,
Hmm.
my business has really done a 360.
Yeah, I mean that's phenomenal. Like I've definitely been checking your work out, and I'm very impressed with what you do.
Thanks.
And I definitely want to come out and see one of those festivals.
Well, you're more than glad to perform at one of the festivals as well. Just saying.
Oh yeah, we're definitely we're gonna get something together. I got to figure out like timing wise.
So, have you been performing anywhere?
I've just been performing in the St. Louis area. Um, just getting my feet wet, getting started, getting the traction going. There have been conversations about going out of town and performing with other people. I can't really talk about that too much, but conversations are being had about going out of town.
Nice.
So it's definitely it's the political game in this music thing is definitely been odd to navigate. So just certain conversations, it I don't know. It's hard to describe, especially when it comes to certain artists at a certain level. You have to navigate it properly. That
Right.
that that's the best advice I can give to any new artist coming up. Like just be careful what you say and who you say it around. You never know who's watching.
Well, you're absolutely correct. And I mean that's just not music. That's the normal life in general.
Yeah. Pardon me.
But
Sorry,
I
I'm
go. You're fine.
I'm
But
getting over this flu.
oh well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's all right.
So you working on any new music?
Yeah, I'm starting production on my new album, The Chronicles of Biddick 2. Um I just recently released a collaborative EP with my homie Lil C called Ilmo, which if you haven't listened to that, I everybody go check that out. It's a great EP. Definitely includes something for everybody on there, but I'm in the production stages of my new album. Uh, I don't have a release date, like a hard release date. It's just 2025 is the best I can give everybody.
Well, obviously. uh
I don't think I can record a whole album in a few days.
no. It's not possible. I mean, you could try, but I mean, I don't
You,
think.
there'd be a lot of long days.
Yeah, it'd be never ending.
No, yeah, that would drive me crazy.
So, what are your new expectations of 2025?
Um, that's a good one. I don't really hold myself to any hard expectations just because that sets me up for disappointment. I'd rather just take the opportunities as they come and and enjoy what I've got now. So that way I'm not Yeah, no, I'm just I don't like to think too far ahead just
Hmm.
because I don't like putting that kind of pressure on myself. There's enough pressure as it is. I don't need to inflict more on myself. Does that make sense?
Right, right. I know as far as like business side, I do have my expectations that I push myself every year.
Yeah.
But
I
as far
mean,
as you, I understand how where you're coming from.
yeah, like the only expectation that I hold for myself is to do better than I have previously done. Now, how I go about doing that, I'm not sure. But I know that I've opened the doors for opportunity in a lot of different areas. Now I just need to take those opportunities as they come.
Right, absolutely. So, so do you have any merch?
Yes, I have a student of the game merch. Has a QR code on the back. I don't really have a large quantity, but I am able to take orders and have it made and shipped directly to the people purchasing them. So if you want to hit me up on Instagram at Wayne B underscore 314, we can definitely work something out.
All right. How much are the hoodies?
The hoodies are running about $40. T-shirts are running about 30. So, and that's to get them made and shipped directly to you.
Right. Do you go through who do you go through for that?
Uh, there's a company called Rush Order Tees who I'm going through right now. I am looking at different options in the local area, but for right now, I'm using a company called Rush Order Tees.
All right. Well, that sounds cool. Well,
Yes, ma'am. I think they're out of Philadelphia. I'm not quite sure.
East Coast.
Yes, ma'am.
It'd be cheaper for me.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, a little cheaper than sending them to the Midwest. That's for damn sure.
So what's the weather there? It looks a little dreary.
Yeah, but that's Missouri. For 7 months out of the year, it's just depressing.
It's just depressing.
It's just depressing. No,
It's
it's actually not that bad today. It's a little warmer today.
well, that's not bad.
Yes, ma'am. How about Ohio? How y'all doing out there?
There's snow on the ground and it's roughly about 20 degrees.
Ooh, yeah,
Give or
no, we're in the mid 50s and we only got one snowstorm so far.
really?
Yes, ma'am.
How much snow did you get?
Like only a couple inches, like nothing horrible. I could still go to work.
I was gonna say, did you all shut down? Because I know how you're.
No, like a lot of people have this weird conception that Missouri is a very southern state, and a lot of the southern states shut down during snowstorms.
I know they do.
But no, unless we're getting like 3 feet of snow and like the roads are covered and the Department of Transportation hasn't treated the roads at all, we're still going to work.
Oh well, you guys have that.
Yeah, we get usually one really big snowstorm every year, but 9 times out of 10, our snowstorms are just a couple inches and we're fine. You get the people who don't know how to drive in snow, but I'm sure that's everywhere.
And when you're in Ohio, you kind of expect it. So like 6 inches, you're like still going to work.
Yeah.
And people from down, so like even my fiance from Kentucky,
Uh-huh.
Kentucky pretty much shuts down. It
Yeah.
they don't have no snow plows, they don't have no icing, no salt, no nothing, and they literally shut down. And she was like, "I'm gonna hand the keys to you," and I was like, "Oh, I'm a master at this. I know. It's a piece of cake for me."
Like in Missouri, we're the types that like if school gets canceled because of a snowstorm, we're driving to the school parking lot and doing donuts. Like we're having a good old time.
Oh, I did that. I did that in my apartment. She's like, "How's the truck?" Because she just got a new truck. She's like, "How does it act in the snow?" So let me find out. We were in the parking lot, and I rammed on the gas. I was like, "Oh, it handles very well."
I mean, that's the best way to go about it. Like that teaches you how to handle sliding in snow.
It didn't really slide. It was like,
Oh,
I mean, yeah, I fishtailed a little bit, but it wasn't like anything that I've had before. I was like, well, this is cool. You've got good tires.
there you go. Pardon me.
No, you're fine. So, anything else that you want to tell everybody, or
Um, so one person I want to shout out. I want to shout out my homie Lil C. He and he's who I collaborated. Wow. He's who I collaborated on the EP Ilmo with. And I definitely want to get him more traction. So if you haven't checked out Lil C yet, like y'all need to check him out. He's definitely got a very unique style for the St. Louis area. You know, big shout out to my brother Lil C representing Zone 6 and Underground Society.
well, get him on my show.
Yes, man, I'm definitely going to send him your way.
Um, love to have him. So,
Hmm. Yeah, pretty much as soon as we're off of here, I'm gonna definitely send him your Facebook profile and say, "Hey, tap in."
okay, yeah, good things are happening next year. So,
100%. And I'm glad to play at least a small part of it.
well, like I said, we have that show from like 5 o'clock to 10 p.m. If
Hmm.
you're even thinking about going to that show or whatever, just log in and chat with us.
I got you. I got you. I'll definitely check it out.
She she's got like 30 artists coming to that event.
Yeah, that's an insane amount of artists.
So it's like things are gonna be like a big turnaround for a lot of people.
I love to hear that. Like, and I definitely want to start performing at more festivals.
Hmm.
Like, I've only ever performed at like headliner shows type thing, like opening up for headliners. I want to start hitting festivals.
You guys have a lot of rappers around that area. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And a lot of them don't get along with each other. Like St. Louis is a very divided scene, and I don't like it. I mean, I it what I would love to see for the St. Louis scene is I would love for us to be more like the Huntsville, Alabama scene. Like down there in Huntsville, every artist supports each other, like 100%. You don't really hear about rap beats going on down there. You don't really hear about, oh, this dude is doing better than me, so fuck him.
Mhm.
But in St. Louis, man, it's like people are just looking for a reason to beef with you.
That's crazy. You know, we got to support each other.
Yeah, most
But
definitely. But you know, I can only like I can only be the change that I want to see in St. Louis. I can't force the scene to change.
oh well, absolutely. I mean, you have no control over anything.
Right. I wish that I could do more for
Right,
it.
right, right.
So yeah.
All right. So, anything else you want to tell everybody before we end this?
No, I think I'm good for this. I just thank you very much, Wolf.
Not a
It's
problem.
been it's been a pleasure, and I'm definitely looking forward to see what you do in the future.
Well, we will keep in contact, and if
Hmm.
there's anything that you like drop or want to talk about, just hit me up. We'll set something up.
I got you, most definitely.
All right. We'll hang out, like I said, and
Okay.
thanks everybody for joining in and watching Wolf Talk podcast, and we'll talk to you soon.